Sam Ford, digital media strategist. Thanks for joining us for Coffee Near Me. So let's talk a little bit about attention span, okay? We keep hearing how, as a result of social media, our attention span has waned, But new research indicates that maybe we're going back in the other direction. What's happening?
Well, a lot of media companies and advertisers have abused attention spans. So we've created abused attention spans. So we create more and more advertising, and then without realizing, as a friend of mine, Joe Marchese says, attention is finite. Attention and time are not forever expandable. You can always add more ads in more places, but the same amount of attention still exists, even if there's unending real estate for ads. So Joe's actually at Fox, and there have been rumors going around that Fox is thinking about moving back to two minutes per hour advertising time on some of their shows. Which raises that question, is how do we steer the ship back from this idea of ubiquitous advertising, which actually leads to a bad user experience, and get back to actually tracking whether people are paying attention to ads.
Which begs the question, so when we look at the metrics and we look at the numbers, and it shows that someone they're not always accurate, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So you might visit something and stay there, for a couple of minutes, but you're counted as having participated.
Well, it's like the problem isn't that they aren't accurate at what they count, but we misunderstand what they count or try to extrapolate from what they count something that isn't necessarily counted. So attention is harder to measure. You can track how long someone's on a page, but whether that correlates to attention is another matter. So as you certainly see, for instance, there was a person at Gizmodo who wrote a piece called 2017-2017 RIP Pivot to Video. Because last year all these media companies pushed toward we need to just produce and embed video everywhere, and it was often driven by video demonstrates a higher attention span because videos are being viewed.
More engaging, yes.
But when videos autoplay on a lot of social platforms, a lot of things are being counted as being viewed that may have not been intent.
Exactly.
Or actual real attention. And so that becomes a bubble that the media industry has created for itself based on their metrics, not on actual interest from real human beings.
So we see a shift.
Yeah.
I mean, a shift is happening. And is that just the nature of the beast?
I think so. I mean, you often start with what's easiest to measure, and there's the storytelling that happens around numbers. So, as people start to believe those stories themselves, it shifts what gets created. And sometimes what gets created isn't what real human beings are interested in, it's what the numbers people are tracking seem to indicate. And so I think as people see through some of that, there's often a shift back to, well, maybe people don't have the short attention spans a lot of these stories tell, and there is still an interest. There's more long-form content out there now than at any point in history. Think about the idea of going down the rabbit hole, spending a night watching stuff deep in the library of Netflix, or even an internet session. You could look at every page view as a separate engagement, or you could look at a 2-hour session that started with Googling something that led you across maybe 30 or 40 different videos, pages, as one experience on the user side. That's not a short attention span, that's going deep.
And the saga continues. Indeed it does. Sam Ford, digital media strategist, thanks for joining us on Coffee Near Me.
Appreciate it.
And remember, you can continue the conversation on our comments page below.